What's up, agents, and welcome back to another summer recap video. We're on day number 13. We're almost at the end. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. First of all, thank you for watching. I hope you've been enjoying the series while I've been away on my holidays. We're getting to the scraps now. This is a really weird build that I've got. This was more of a build I probably used about maybe 3 years ago. I've had to update it to make it a little bit better so that I can actually bring it to you today as well. But it was in my loadouts and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to make a video on it and I'm probably going to delete the loadout afterwards as well. So that doesn't give you a good impression of what this build is. But let me show you. I don't really have any need for it anymore is more of the problem, because we could become so powerful. The need for any kind of regen or anything like that, we can just kind of take bloodsucker or use the memento or use some armor regen, armor on kill. You know, we can get it from palisade now, we can get it from gunner, you know what I mean? So we don't really have too much of an issue of getting so much survivability back. But if I do this and damage myself here, you can see there is a fairly steady rate of regen going on. And that's not the only thing that this build has in for it. You can see there now it's white, a bit better. It builds up the bar pretty fast. So I'm going to go and take it for a spin. I am going to take it for a spin on Lincoln Memorial. I'm very low on time now before I actually head out for my break for 2 weeks. And I really need to get some sleep. So I'm going to head straight to Lincoln Memorial, because this will give you essentially the easiest kind of onlook on this build, and how really you can maximize its potential. It's just a high-end build from a long time ago, but I even have the shield, right? So I'm going to use it. Whoa, that dude, what a shot. But there you can see already, you see how quick I got my armor back? Ow. But you can just do that, like, it really doesn't matter too much. Can't get his back. There we go. But you can see how much survivability we've got in, there you go, look at my armor bar there, that's crazy. Just off doing a kill, right? There is all sorts of mechanics built into this build, where if you get a kill, multiple processes will kick in to keep you alive, and that's really the whole point with it. Kind of glad that heavy gave me a little bit of a problem, to be honest. And it isn't all red builds. You might be looking at the armor bar now thinking, oh, he's definitely running armored cores. I'm not. Man, who remembers that game, Armored Core? What a game. Oh, it takes some ammo. Yeah, there's multiple things that kick in just to kind of keep you alive at all times. And it, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's just not really needed anymore. I mean, it might be a nice build for a starter, but there is some pieces that are pretty hard to get. So again, it's not that friendly to start with. I changed 2 pieces around. I used to use the Emmeline's Guard with this, which is an SMG. I'm obviously now using the Lexington instead. But I mean, you can still use the Emmeline's Guard. There's nothing wrong with that. I just find the performance of the Lexington just outshines it, especially kind of in this situation now. Wait, I got his backpack. Oh, holy smokes. Whoa, clever, 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 clever. Right, so we are going to just run away a little bit. We are right back to it. Why am I not using my shield? Look how much you get back though from like one kill. Like, it's crazy. Unless you're really bad like me, you probably won't have any trouble not dying. But like I said, this build's, it's old, right? I've updated it to work for today's kind of builds, but would I keep it and use it? Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. But there we go. Let's just show you the build right off the rip. And let's kind of show you all of the mechanics of what's going on. So first of all, we get 10% armor on kill from Gunner. Really easy to do. Then you're going to run either the Emmeline's Guard, or you're going to run any kind of gun that you like with preservation on. So killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve repair by an additional 10%, giving you a total of 20% just constantly as long as you're getting kills. Great. Then we're going to run one piece Palisade. This is where the updated part came in with the Lexington and with the Palisade, because it's going to give us 10% armor on kill. But again, not easy to get, right? Crit chance, crit damage, you need to get it, and then the core attribute changed to red. Unless you want to introduce some blues into the build, which in that case you could do. But then we've got crit chance in the mod slot. Then we've got two-piece Bellstone. So the first one is the Liquid Engineer, giving us armor regen and another 10% armor on kill. Weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, critical hit damage, and perfect bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 12% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Then we've got the chest piece, which still gives us the same brand set bonuses, but with obliterate on, crit chance, crit damage, crit damage. Again, not easy to get. I farmed loads for this build back in the day, and I still do use this chest piece. It's great to have two-piece Bellstone in with strikers. Gives you that little bit of extra survivability, especially if you're running all red. But this build's just not really a thing anymore. Then we've got my Emperor's Guards. Now I use this for my tank build. I just change out the core attributes to either weapon damage or armor, depending on what I need. But obviously it gives me armor regen and more armor regen. And then we've got two-piece Golan, which gives us 1.5% armor regen rolled on it, and crit chance and weapon damage. Again, pieces that are not terribly easy to get anymore. Armor regen, crit chance as well. So let's just kind of stack all that up. So we get 10% here, armor on kill. We get 20% armor on kill then in total. 30% armor on kill. Don't think we get any more anywhere else, right? So we're getting 30% armor on kill with an additional 40% armor being recovered from preservation, which, all right, that's cool. That's cool. We then have 1% armor regen there, 2% armor regen there, so 3.5% armor regen as well. But then there is more to it as well. We've got nearly 50k armor regeneration, which is going to add to that every second as well. And then we've got nearly 270k armor on kill, which we've talked about already. So yeah, that's just a lot of survivability just kind of built into the build that will be constantly happening depending on where you are, whether you're at 50% armor, whether you're at 100% armor. You'll either be getting bonus armor or not. And then obviously we've got bloodsucker as well, which is going to give you a total of 120% extra bonus armor on top of your build. So this build was great back in the day, it really was. But is it a good build now? Probably not. I probably wouldn't run this anymore. Like I said, I would definitely just put in 4-piece strikers and then run the 2 Bellstone, and take the 1% armor regen and the 10% armor on kill. I've still got 20% armor on kill, could still run preservation, and I'm going to do a lot more damage. But that's enough having a go at my own build. It's 56% crit chance, 115% critical hit damage. It's one for the end of the road for the summer recap. But that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you want to support the channel just a little bit more. You can get that DJ Tickle membership by hitting that join button. Thanks so much for watching and supporting the channel. As always, I will see you in the next one. See you later, agents. Bye-bye.